Welcome, you guys. ZB Crypto, Eric Brent, Family Cash Machine, Follow the Money. Peace, love, and power to the Hexicans, Pulsechans, the 5555 Club, and all those that are on the Pulsechain sacrifice who are a part of the PulseX sacrifice. And I'm speaking to you, crypto experts, as well as those that are enthusiasts, as well as those who are sitting on the fence and trying to figure out exactly when to engage and how to engage. And you may want to learn more about cryptocurrency. I want you guys to like and subscribe to my channel for one, and I want you guys to join our free course. We have a Phoenix course with the Cryptocurrencies College. We do have some courses a little more advanced to get you more into the mindset of decentralization and to really understand what this is about, other than just making money, other than just trading. There's actually a lot of political as well as financial. There's a lot of things that's dealing with freedom. And so there's different aspects of this industry, not just making the money, but there is some political things that I don't believe that, Mark Zuckerberg actually understood the political part.
Are you willing to change your business model in the interest of protecting individual privacy?
Congresswoman, we have made and are continuing to make changes to reduce the amount of data.
Are you willing to change your business model in the interest of protecting individual privacy?
Congresswoman, I'm not sure what that means.
So there's different phases and elements of this. You have a decentralized part. You have a part that deals with economics, that deal with money. And it's not just crypto value. No, there's a part of this that deals with economics. You have to understand that. And then you have to understand the political part of it. And to actually grow your mind into the right mindset to really be successful in this industry without getting yourself caught up, because you can't get caught up if you're not understanding all the elements and all the currents that's involved in this. Now, today, we're going to talk about the expected date of Pulse, the expected date of PulseX, and what to expect, okay, when we come back in just a minute. Welcome, you guys. We're back. And today we're going to talk about the expected date of Pulsechain and the expected date of PulseX. Now, I'm going to start this video by saying that Richard Hart just recently did a interview, or I would say, interview. He did an interview recently, and he talked about, 2B, testnet 2B's up, and they're actually testing now the AMM, the money making, the money market, the market makers, automatic market makers, the automatic market makers, they're testing now. And he said that probably soon, within a month or so, we'll be launching mainnet. Now, none of us know the exact date, okay? I've heard people say, well, December. I've heard people say next year, October. I'm not giving any dates. If Richard Hart is not giving a date, I'm not giving a date. But I can say we're close. We are very, very close. And I'm going to say this. Most of you have no idea what's about to happen. Let me give you a little inkling of what's about to happen. For one, I've been in this industry since 2016. I'm pretty much been in here for a while. I mean, I think it started in 2008 with hardly nobody in it when the first Bitcoin was launched out to, I believe, Hal Finney, I think it was Hal Finney or Nick Szabo. Let's say Hal Finney received the first Bitcoin, actually on my birthday. But anyway, nevertheless, it took a while to build momentum. I got in this industry around 2015, 16-ish. And from there, I learned not right away the real crypto. It took me about a good 6 months to get into the real knowledge and get to start getting into the decentralized stuff and start getting into the real aspect of the disruption of what this industry is about. Okay, now, I've seen a lot of ICOs. I've seen a lot of ICOs. I was in that whole ICO period when it was just booming. And some of the ICOs made 200 million in a couple hours, 400 million in a month, 200 million, 500 million. These were huge ICOs, according to ICOs. I think one did 600 million. But Richard Hart didn't do an ICO. He did a sacrifice. He did what was called a sacrifice with an idea of Pulsechain. And before the idea could even be launched, raised over $1 billion in 1 month. Whoo! I don't know if most of us really understand the magnitude of that. Because there was a company out back in 2000, I think 16, 17, called OneCoin. Dr. Ruja Ignatova, this woman had a fake crypto, wasn't a real crypto. It was more of a digital coin that she controlled. Nevertheless, she had one of the most successful companies in the history of corporations. I think it took Microsoft 7 years to raise $1 billion. It took Groupon's 2.5 years to raise $1 billion. This lady did it in 1 year, $1 billion in 1 year. That's a big deal. I know ClickFunnels just hit the $1 billion mark a few months back. They actually were maybe 8 to 9 years, almost 10 years going before they got to $1 billion. Pulsechain raised $1 billion in 1 month. That's huge. That's huge. That's a big deal. And not only did Pulsechain raise $1 billion, we followed up with PulseX, and it raised $1 billion in 1 month. That's a big deal. That's a lot of anticipated expectations. I don't think we're ready for what's going to happen. I don't think nobody knows what's going to happen. Now, I think that's why I was very, careful to give a price prediction, because I don't feel like anyone can adequately assess that. Me being a professional expert valuator, I've appraised land, I've appraised blueprints, future value, I've appraised golf courses, and I cannot put my finger on a value that makes me comfortable without pulling numbers out my butt, which I refuse to do. I haven't seen nothing like this in this industry. Now, remember, I'm a guy who bought Bitcoin when it was $200. I'm a guy who bought Ethereum when it was $8, $11. So I've been in the industry a little while. I'm not an OG, but I'm old enough to have seen this industry evolve. And I'm old enough to have seen there's nothing like this. There's nothing that has ever been like what you guys are witnessing. This is a phenomenon. Do you know what a phenomenon is? A phenomenon means it can't be estimated. It can't be projected. It can't be anticipated. It's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenon. What you guys are witnessing right now. We don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that it's all good. Everything that's going to happen is good. Again, $1 billion is a big damn deal. Basically, Richard Hart just basically pulled a rabbit out of his ass. Damn deal. Basically, Richard Hart just basically pulled a rabbit out of his ass. Basically. He basically pulled a rabbit out of his ass.
This is a Russ production.
And so, and there's so much haterism behind this guy. It's just incredible. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. I don't care white, black, brown, green, Asian. When you come up with something that's incredible, when you have a good idea, I am for the potential of all human beings. I believe all humans have a tremendous potential if they focus on something. And Richard Hart definitely is a man of vision. He's a man of common sense. He's mastered common sense because he's created supply and demand with all of his coins. He's created a supply and demand issue. And that's the basic premise of all business. That's why he's created deflationary coins. Because as the supply diminishes and the demand increases, it's value. It's just that simple. So again, I don't think none of us are really knowing and understanding how powerful this could be. Okay. And we've been waiting, what, 6, 7, 8 months already for this Pulse to launch. But guess what? The longer we wait, one thing about in appraising something, when you have an anticipated expectations, see, money is energy. Money is just energy. And so there's a lot of energy right now in the Pulse movement, in the Hex movement. Richard Hart created a coin that did 10,000x. That's 1,000,000%. And nobody's really talking about him like that. I mean, they're really just on some haterism to the highest haterism. It's crazy. And like I said, it's all because a lot of people wish they were him. They don't like his swag. They might want to be him and really low key hate. So I congratulate brilliance. I congratulate when something helps people. I congratulate good ideas. I congratulate innovation. So again, we don't know the launch date. I think it's coming soon. I feel like it could be coming real soon because we're testing everything. Now, I do want to talk about something that he said. He talked about a lot of different coins that they have to estimate and they have to calculate and count. Now, it's funny how a lot of the guys that hate on Pulse and hate on Hex secretly are investing. Yeah, a lot of the guys that quote unquote hate Richard Hart and hate the Hex kids, they're secretly investing. And it's funny because they talk about shit coins, but they bought a bunch of shit coins on the side. And they put a lot of those shit coins in the sacrifice. Oh, well, if I'm gonna buy a coin from him, I'm gonna give him the shit coin. That's the problem. There's a lot of people that didn't follow the instructions of the sacrifice. I'm not gonna say Hex kids didn't do it. I'm not gonna say that individuals that really listened to Richard Hart and believed in what was going on, we sacrificed coins that were on the list. But there are a lot of people who sacrifice some shit coins. But just look at the position of Richard Hart. Look at the position that he's in. Now, if there's 100,000, over 100,000 sacrificers of Pulse or 40,000 sacrifices of Pulse and over 100,000 of PulseX, something like that. I think that I'm correct around that area. I think it was over 100-something thousand for PulseX and like 40-something thousand for Pulse. If that's the case, if we got about 200,000 or 150 or 200, somewhere between 150 and 200,000 sacrificers between two, think about this. And 10,000, say 15,000 individuals get nothing. They're going to call Richard Hart a scammer. They can't wait to say, oh, look, he scammed me. I sacrificed and I got nothing. Even though it says on there, don't expect anything on the rules of the sacrifice. You're sacrificing with no anticipation of receiving anything. That's in the rules. But even though that being the case, if 15 or 20,000 people go without, they're going to call it, they're going to scream scam. Scammer! They're waiting for that. But it's interesting how people who claim they don't like Hex, they don't like Richard Hart, secretly invest. That's interesting. I remember when Jamie Dimon got caught doing that, talking bad about Bitcoin, putting all this information out, helping to drive the price of Bitcoin down, but secretly consulting his clients to buy up Bitcoins. Interesting. A lot of people do that strategy. I've done that strategy. I went to the swap meet and saw something that I wanted and like, it's got a little dent here. No, try to negotiate, bargain a price. I've done that before. We've all done that before, okay? That's what that is. So there's a lot of individuals that quote unquote hate Richard Hart, but they don't want to miss out. They see that this is huge. They're not stupid. They see that this is huge, but they want to stay on the hater side with their hater constituents. And that's what it is. They just have to oppose him publicly, but they don't want to miss out on low key. See, so I see a lot of that going on, but he did say that he has to count up everything, and there is some difficulty counting some of the coins that might not have been their preferred coins of the sacrifice. He mentioned that. So, and if there's anybody in the Hex community that did that, shame on us, because we're making it more difficult and we're actually prolonging the launch by not following the instructions all the way, okay? So I guess they're trying to get all the count of coins together and sacrificers. And as soon as they can do that, sounds like to me, they're pretty much ready to launch. So we're just anticipating and waiting that. But remember, this is the group of individuals who pride themselves on waiting and prolonging our gratification. We live in a society right now. Everybody wants everything right away. Everybody wants to be rewarded immediately. That's the negative of social media society. I watched a documentary recently called Social Dilemma on Netflix, talking about the negatives of these kids growing up in a social media type of, mindset. When I grew up, I had to, work for things. I built my own bike. I mean, my dad bought me a bike for Christmas, but I built the bike. We used to make our bikes. We learned how to do stuff that was delaying our gratification. But this society now is just immediate gratification. You put up a picture, a woman puts up a picture, and immediately she's got 50,000 likes. Immediate gratification. And it becomes addicting. Okay? It becomes addicting. So it's great to practice prolonging the gratification, because that's the real business world. There's no real successful business person immediately they got gratification. It just doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of mental energy and it takes a lot of spiritual energy. You have to envision, and then you have to put the work behind. You can't just envision something and then just it happens. No, you envision it first, then you put the work in, and eventually it manifests. But there's a process. There's phases of success. So Hexicans, we come into the Pulsechain community with the mindset to prolong our gratification, not to expect gratification right away. And so I see that the majority of the individuals who sacrifice believe in what we're doing, and they understand prolonged gratification, waiting for gratification. Therefore, they're going to be staking Pulse. They're going to be staking PulseX. They're going to be engaging in pairing coins. They're going to be building up value on this platform and prolonging their gratification. And the gratification in a prolonged period can be massive. There's never been a community like this in the cryptocurrency space. Everyone that bought a coin wanted to dump them coins right away. Every ICO, all the different ICOs I've seen, individuals bought those coins, and immediately when that coin went public, bam, they dumped the price. Because they have that immediate gratification mindset. So again, we don't know exact date, but we have something very special here. We have something very special, and we have a coin that's doing something that no coin's doing. We have a coin that's going to solve a problem that no coin is solving. We have a lot to look forward to, and we don't know the magnitude of where this is going to go. I have a feeling it's going to blow your minds. I have a feeling with all of the different, scenarios I'm looking at and all the different uniqueness about our situation and position, this is going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it's going to be overwhelming to some of you guys because there's a thing called, it's called immediate, what is it called? It's a syndrome that you have. It's sudden wealth syndrome. Some of you guys are going to have sudden wealth syndrome. And I think that we need to prepare ourselves, some of us, for what's about to happen. I think we need to have a game plan because some of you guys can become millionaires overnight. And some of you guys could unintentionally be looking at a lot of wealth real fast. And so you're going to have to adjust your mind now and start preparing yourself for what could happen with this launch, because I have a feeling that this launch is going to be something phenomenal, okay, that none of us are really ready for. Some of those that did the Hex, I just got in Hex about 8 months ago, but some of the individuals that got in Hex in the beginning, wasn't right away. Their success wasn't right away. It was almost 2 years. So again, we are going to see something so phenomenal that I don't think we're really ready for it. The launch date, are you really ready for the launch date? All you guys, oh man, I'm ready for the launch. Are you really ready for this? Do you really have any idea what is about to happen? I basically witnessed Ethereum grow. I basically watched the maker and the NFTs, all of that stuff. I seen that coming. Okay, I was watching Ethereum from its inception, pretty much 2015 or so. I watched Ethereum grow and grow, and more platforms and more platforms start to create their own coins, create their own concepts on the Ethereum blockchain. I watched that whole ICO period blow up. You're about to see something like that on Pulsechain like you've never witnessed before. Because now the environment, the atmosphere, the market conditions are there. There's a huge anticipated waiting period now. People are anticipating this. That energy is built up and building up and building up. And the longer it takes for Pulse to actually launch, the more explosive it's going to be. I think we have no idea of what's about to happen. Are you really ready for the launch? Are you really ready for what's about to happen? We all want something good to happen in our life. We all want that pivotal moment where we go from, rags to riches. We all are looking for that point in time where we can buy a Lamborghini, which is kind of like the iconic emblem or symbol of success in cryptocurrency. But are you really ready for it? Are you really, really ready for what's about to happen? Prepare yourselves for the most phenomenal ride you're probably ever going to see in cryptocurrency for a long time. I think the timing is right. There's so many people now that are in crypto from since the beginning of Ethereum. Ethereum had basically no market. They created the market, okay, for, I would say, smart contracts, and they kind of paved the way for people to even know what that's about. And now we have so many other people with coins and companies with coins. I remember when I was in a company called Carrot Bars, and I never really marketed. I came into the company and I just never marketed, but I did buy a package, and I was talking to a lot of those guys about cryptocurrency. They laughed at me. They laughed at me. This is back in 2016, 17. They laughed at me. And now Carrot Bars has a cryptocurrency. So again, Ethereum provided the opportunity for thousands of companies and individuals to create their own cryptocurrency, okay? And it's been a huge, glorious ride for Ethereum. I mean, they went from raising 13, 14 million in an ICO to $1 trillion company or whatever. And it's produced several billionaires, okay? So what do you think is going to happen with Pulsechain? Are you really ready for this launch? Wrap your mind around it, because again, it's getting ready to be phenomenal. It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity for you to sit back and watch several platforms launch on this blockchain. And you have an opportunity to literally get a piece of everything popping up on the Pulsechain, just as if you were in the beginning of Ethereum, which has created massive wealth for so many different companies and so many different individuals. It's going to be 8 times the intensity with Pulsechain's launch, and with the opportunity of other ideas and visions and platforms to be able to launch themselves on Pulse, which has the same functionality as Ethereum, as smart contracts, as an ability to create your own PRC20 token, as an ability to have faster and cheaper transactions. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And not to mention the automatic money maker, the automatic market maker. I say money maker, the automatic market maker, which is really the automatic money maker. That's really what it is, because it creates the markets for these different pairs. It provides the market for these different pairs. So it's just going to be an amazing ride, an amazing ride. And I think anyone looking into getting into crypto need to get into Pulsechain right away. Need to start understanding how to be a part of the automatic market maker. Need to stake coins in Hex. This is where it's at. All these other opportunities out here are potential rug pulls, are potential, wrecking balls. So you have to really be careful, because again, like I said, some of the smartest people in the world are in cryptocurrency, but they're not all good people. There are some evil people that are, out there to get you. So again, are you ready for this predicted launch date? We don't know exactly when. We feel like it's really close based on what Richard Hart is saying. It could be within the next month, 2 months or so, because when it deals with technology, a lot of different things has to be done. And again, he's doing something that nobody has never done ever in the history of this industry. So we want him to get it right. We want to make sure it's right, because they're looking for any reason to call him a scammer, which again bothers me, because there's no victims. But we don't worry about what they say. You can judge the tree by the fruit it bears, period. You can judge a tree by the fruit it bears. And I'm going to leave that quote right there as we go. Get ready for the ride of your life. The greatest airdrop in the history of cryptocurrency, at a time where this is one of the greatest exchanges of wealth ever in the world, going down right now, as you guys see this huge currency war going on. Okay, so with that, we'll sign out. See you guys on the next video. This is EB Crypto, Eric Brent, Family Cash Machine. Follow the money. Peace, love, and power to all the Hexicans, Pulsechans, and the 555 clubbers. Bye-bye.